Let's admit all. Let's throw everyone in here. Okay. All right, guys. Team meeting March 16th, 2021. We got a good amount of stuff to go through. So I'm going to go through. We got a new person. Well, actually, let me start that out first. So I want everybody to welcome our new PC coach, Simon Polito.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
So Simon is coming on. Simon, introduce yourself, Simon, for those that don't know us.
My name's Simon Polito. I'm from Sydney, Australia, originally.
In English.
I've been living in the United States for the last 5.5 years, and I'm coming into my 20th year of doing real estate. So been doing it for a while, but still learning a new thing every day, which is awesome. And I'm really excited to share what I know and learn more from you guys as well. And Brett and Dale and myself are putting together a kick-ass production coaching program, which I'm really excited to share with you all. And for me, I'm all about seeing people succeed and grow, and it's just a very, very enjoyable thing. So I'm really excited for this role and what comes with it.
And one of the really great things about Simon coming aboard is that you're going to know the distinction between a British accent from Dale and an Australian accent from Simon.
Finally.
Fine.
Welcome, Simon. We're so happy to have you.
Thank you, Dale. Appreciate it.
So that's Simon. So we're going to be coming out with, so for those of you guys that are in the PC coaching program, we're going to be putting together a group coaching just to do more of an introduction and kind of an outline. But Simon's also going to start delivering a lot of different training and content, not just to the new agents, but also to our existing clients, or excuse me, our existing agents. See, we look at you guys as
Clients.
Partners, clients. Anyways, so he's going to be doing that. We're going to be sending that out. Keep an eye on the event calendar. So that's going to be getting updated, and you guys will get reminders on that. COVID update. Let's talk about that. So we are at the purple tier. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, or you will know this, and you'll know this now. Simon's favorite color is purple. Like, he wears a flower. He wears a purple flower sometimes.
I've got the purple. I've got the purple in
What
the
color
other
is your flower today?
You want the purple flower? Go get it. It's in the other room.
So we're in the purple tier. That doesn't mean anything to real estate. We're an essential business. So, for those offices that have real estate offices that have not been fully operational, unlike us, I'm sure that they'll probably still stay closed because we're taking a lot of their business. But in the off chance that they're not, who knows? Maybe they'll open up. But we're at the purple tier, which means we don't have to just sit on the sidewalk anymore to have lunch. That's kind of the biggest thing, right? Real estate's all about, it's not just about doing the business, and it's not just about selling houses. It's about, let's be honest, going to lunch, hanging out, having friends. It's one of the most fun industries. I mean, look at Jeff Gibson. I mean, he's made a career out of just hanging out.
Going to lunch. There we go. Dale knows about that.
That's
Absolutely.
His, yeah, we have like some sort of Thursday thing that he just created.
Yeah.
So anyways, you guys have heard this before on our prior messages. I think that this whole color tier is just massively messed up. But the red tier is better than purple. So the key is to get us into there. And then we go orange, and then we go yellow. Who chooses yellow to be the best tier? Like, really? Yellow. That's like caution. Who does that? Gail, were you on the
California does that.
All right, so we're just going to keep on doing what we're doing. We are going to start taking our trainings. Before we did that lockdown in December, we had the hybrid different trainings and the Zooms. So we're going to start doing that again. So feel free to come in. I don't know about you guys, but this daylight savings, it messes me up each year. Simon, were you able to get up out of bed easy today?
I got 2 young kids, so I don't sleep.
So do I. That didn't make it easy. Didn't make it easy to get up. Natalie, what about you? Was it easy for you to get up?
I have young kids too, so they're always up before me.
That's why I'm asking. All right.
Yes,
anyways.
it was hard.
It helps when you live across the road, though. Let me tell you that. It does help a lot.
Okay, so I have no idea why I brought that up, but longer days, come into the office. We're gonna be doing more training. Come hang out. Still wear your mask, run around, and such. But everyone is welcome. Come on in, come into the office. Okay, so that's on that. That's on the COVID update. Spirit Award. So Sky came into my office and was talking to me about the Spirit Award, which is why you see just black letters on a white screen, because they didn't have time to bretify it. So Sky, if you want to talk about the Spirit Award.
So later today, we're going to be sending out an email survey for everybody. If you want to go ahead and answer that poll for us, we are in the middle of deciding who of the staff members from 2020 will be getting the Spirit Award. The Spirit Award is supposed to go to the staff member that exhibited the most KW spirit, someone who's always doing the win-win, looking out for the customers, always bubbly, happy, always doing the KW spirit. That's who that award would go to. So we'll send out an email survey probably shortly after this meeting, and then we'll be able to see who you guys vote for.
Yeah, so we're probably going to be keeping this open probably for the rest of the week. But when you get that email, just vote. It's probably going to be Dale, hands down, because when he does wear a tie, he wears a red one, except today for whatever reason. And look at his background. He has the KW background in it. So
I'm disqualified.
You can't disqualify yourself.
I can. I don't want to be
well,
in it.
That is true. You are Dale Shima. I mean, you can disqualify yourself. But okay, can't vote for Dale, which means probably Lindsay. Okay. Anyways, we're gonna send that out to you guys. It's gonna be real simple. Just take a few.
Brett, stop doing that.
Doing what?
Assigning the award already.
I didn't assign the award. Nancy is probably going to win the Spirit. Oh wait,
no, I am not.
It's a staff member. It's a staff member. It's a staff member. Sorry. Okay. All right. Next subject. Let's talk tech. Sky wasn't here last week, but as you guys know, Sky got promoted, and now she's a full-time tech trainer.
Oh, okay.
She's a full-time tech trainer now, in addition to Lindsay's assistant. But we got the 66-day command challenge. So Sky, you want to share a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I think I can screen share too. Sometime this week, I want to say, starting tomorrow, the link should be active, but you can RSVP to do the 66-day command challenge. What this is over the course of 66 days, you'll be able to figure out how to use command to completely utilize everything in your business. You can do this at a quicker pace if you want. It's entirely up to you. There will be a little PDF that I will be sending out to the people that would like to participate, and it has all of the instructions with how-to links, videos, and all of that, so that you never get lost with anything. If you have any troubles at all along the way, you can reach out to me and we'll recap what step you're on, and basically at the end of 3 months, you'll be able to utilize command completely for your business.
So to add in on that, and the last half of this, like I always want to bring you guys some value and some training. We're going to be talking a lot about digital strategies. So we're going to be talking about that the last half. But as far as the 66-day command challenge, for those of you that don't know, Command is the proprietary Keller Williams CRM digital platform system that we all have access to. And the focus of this next 66 days is not only getting you dialed into the Command platform, but also getting it configured to whereas it's not just nurturing leads and not just being a database like most CRMs, they're just databases. But to launch these several systems so you can actually nurture your clientele. But in addition to that, walk you through on how to create landing pages so that you can start generating organic local leads. Now, for those of you that aren't really, dialed into the digital space, organic local leads are like the 3 words that you just always want to have combined together. Organic local leads. If they're not organic, that means you're paying for them. If they're not local, that means, well, you're going to be like Simon and have to drive to San Diego. If they're not a lead, then if you don't have a lead, then you're not going to have a client. So that's what we're going to do. So that's what the command challenge. Anyone have any questions about tech that we can talk about? Lawrence, that is not a flattering angle for you.
This is about the only place I can set it, or it's gonna be flipping all over the car.
Usually we go on walks with you. All right, moving on. Happy birthday to Barbara Nash. Tom, did you remember Barbara's birthday today or this week? Oh, 2 days ago. Did you remember Barbara's birthday? What'd you get her?
I took her out, and she doesn't want a lot of things.
He took her to the living room.
She is a perfect wife. She doesn't want things and doesn't like, she's great to have around.
Either that or you don't know your wife as well as you thought.
Got her a sweater.
She likes things for her cats.
That's right.
Yes.
All right, so happy birthday to Barb, Anna Zhang, Mukta Vadera, Marie Danley, and Nancy Maurer. These are the birthdays for the week. Beginning of the month, we go over everyone's monthly birthdays, but we want to make sure that we recognize them during the week as well. So happy birthday to all of you. Now let's go into congratulations. People who sold some deals since the last team meeting. So we got Brad Dessy, which I wish was on, this is Dale's nephew, so I wish he was on our team meeting so I could razz him as much. But Michael May, I think he actually sold a few. Karen Shim, Joey Finro, Dale, you closed another deal.
2.25 million. This is the guy that gave me an extra 0.5% for doing such a great job for him. Never happened to me before.
You ever got a tip? You ever get a tip like that before? Like it's not usual that someone gives you a 0.5 point tip in real estate.
Never happened to me before.
Did you tell them that the proper amount of tips are 20%? Did you tell them that?
I did not. I didn't. Oh. It was 11,000. I felt that was okay. I wasn't going to argue with it.
All right. Lunch is on Dale.
Anytime.
Fred said, Katie Sy, Brandon Park, and Sonia Park. Congratulations to everyone who closed the deal. Guys, this is important that we recognize our wins. Like we are having as a company, our momentum is amazing and it's just going to continue to carry forward. And, we want to recognize those. So just listed, we're going to dive into the just listed. I think we have quite a few of these. Now, just listed are only the ones that have been listed since last Tuesday's meeting. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so I'm going to hammer through these because I want to make sure that we have time for some training. But if anyone, after this, I'm going to give you guys a minute to pitch any buyers or upcoming listings. So we got Stephen Jong, who at Claremont listed a property up in Claremont. I don't even know where that's at. 1140 Newberry Lane, 499,000, 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath. If you got someone for that, reach out to Stephen. His office is just opposite of Dale's. Ting Wang at 215 Magnet in Irvine, 3-bed, 3.5 bath, 790. So guys, if I don't, I got to make sure that I sound like a broken record on these meetings. The reason why we do these is because when a baby cries, a house sells. So things are going so very quickly that because we are a strong listing office, that means that for those of you that are working with buyers, you have an inside track. You guys, your relationship, the fact that you're with the office and that we're a strong listing office could mean the difference between your buyer actually getting into escrow on a deal. Kind of gives you that inside track. So, and proof is in the pudding because Dale just didn't take a deal from Kareem a few weeks ago. Same thing with Simon. Simon did the same thing. Didn't take a deal from someone else. But it's not because they didn't have the inside track. It's because their buyer didn't go to the point where they needed to. 41 Balcony in Irvine, Fred Stepanian. 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath. Hey Dale, this is in your price range, 3 million. I'm sure you got a buyer for that one.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. This is Fred's house, by the way.
Oh.
That's Fred's own house. Been there many times. Beautiful house. Great view.
Is he going to move up? Is he going to go to 5
No,
million now?
he's actually downsizing. It's more house than he needs. That way he doesn't have to invite me for his Christmas party.
What community is it?
This is in Quail Hill, at the top of the hill.
Nice.
So, fun fact about Fred Stepanian, for those of you guys that don't know him, he's in a Who cover band. He like literally rocks out on the daily basis. And fun fact by Brett Matsura.
So the neighbors are happy he's moving. No more guitar solos at night.
Does guitar solos at nights. Okay, the next two properties are Michael May. I mean, he's just hammering them. He had 2 like last week too. So 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 114 Fairbridge, just over $1 million, $1,070,000. We got 46 Deer Track in Irvine, 4-bedroom, 4-bath, just under 1.8. If you guys have a buyer for that, see Michael. If you don't know where his office is, it's like literally 5 steps diagonal from mine. Gin Rowe listed this Elm Street. I bet you that's fun on Halloween. 14902 Elm. Oh, it's Elm Avenue. This is the California version. This is the Orange County version. 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1,099,900. Willis Lee got 23 Stepping Stone, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 775. We got Serena Gin at 2358 El Cerrito and Aliso Viejo, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 539. And 3131 Michelson, 750 Lily U listed that. And we got 2 more. So we got Sonia Park listed this one on Ames in Irvine, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, just under 1.5. And Brandon listed 908,000 in Cerritos. So if any of you guys have a buyer for those, the information is deemed accurate, but not guaranteed. So we don't know if they are off market just yet, but reach out to those agents. Does anybody have any buyers that want to buy or any sellers that want to pitch any upcoming? Dale, you always have things coming up.
Yeah, I don't know how it got missed. We put on 139 Falcon Ridge in Portola Springs as of yesterday morning. It's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath in the Talise tract. We are supposed to be getting a full price offer on it today, but currently it's still available. The tract was built at as of November. This was one of the first homes. Nice location, nice view, fully upgraded. Our client has been transferred to Oregon. So it's very well priced at $1,079,000. It's probably going to sell at full price, 139 Falcon Ridge. And then we're going out on a listing appointment today and one on tomorrow. So we're hoping to have 2 more for you next week.
I'm surprised that you even have to go on appointments.
These are not areas that I'm as strong in. So I think they're calling from my mailings.
It's just a crazy time. Again, with COVID and everything. I mean, Del Chima's going on appointments, wearing ties.
I know, it's not respectable at all.
It's just, I don't know what's going on.
Once Simon joined, it ruined everything.
Sorry, guys. I raised the bar.
It's the accent. Once the accent, yeah. Yeah, I get it. You guys with accents. Okay, guys, we're going to talk about state of the market right now.
Oh, hey, Brett.
I always go, yeah.
Could I add in one more buyer?
Please.
Yeah, so my name's Cyrus. I haven't met a lot of you. I'm with the Polito group with Simon. We have a client who's looking for a 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo in Irvine, Lake Forest, or Laguna Niguel. Looking to stay closer to 400. So if you have anybody or any off-market opportunities, feel free to reach out.
All right. Well, we know that Dale's not going to have one of those because it's, he doesn't, it's too low for Dale.
Hey, Brett, I have one.
Who is it?
This is Tom. We're going to be putting on, actually it's coming soon, this Friday. It's a 2-bedroom in the Collage, Northwood Point. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-car garage with a view. So very nice. It's 685.
Okay. Awesome. So I'm going to start for the team meeting next week. What we'll do is the day before or the day of in the morning, make sure that we reach out to all the listing agents who, make sure that we reach out to everyone so you guys have an opportunity maybe to pitch your listing or pitch upcoming things. So I'll make a note on that. Anyone else have any buyer or seller needs that you want to pitch? Okay, let's move on to the state of the market. So for those of you that are joining us new or haven't joined us for a while, each week we go over the stats of Orange County and Irvine, and we just look and see what the market's doing. It's really important that you guys know the market, and it's going to tie into the training after this, after I go through these numbers. But you need to know what's going on, because when somebody asks you, when they find out that you're in real estate, hey, Simon, when someone finds out you're in real estate, what's the next question they ask you?
What's my house worth?
What's your house worth? How's the market doing?
Yeah.
Right.
Where are interest rates?
So where are interest rates? And they're getting clobbered. Okay, so here's the state of the market. This is what we did last week. So I just want to just briefly show you guys where we're at. This was a week ago. We're now in the numbers that I get this from is from InfoSparks and the MLS. So the numbers in there is dynamic. So we all know that agents don't report things on a timely manner, but once you hit the 15th of a following month, typically you don't see much changes in the prior month. So these are the month of February. These are the numbers we went over last month. Not a huge change, but this is as of, this is as of 11:47. So usually I have them done by then, but I got sidetracked today. So new listings in Orange County, down 6.6%, 2950. Irvine, we're up 13%. So we're starting to see from a, kind of tying into our next training. If we're looking at Orange County as a macro market, Irvine would be micro, right? So from a macro standpoint, you guys probably see a lot on social media where real estate agents always want to pitch, different market information, and they're talking in general, and it's very macro. Typically it's like Orange County. But if you're doing business in Irvine, or if you have somebody who lives in Irvine, they really don't care about Orange County. What they care about is Irvine, right? So if all you're doing is tracking the county numbers, it's drastically different in Irvine. Now, one person I know that knows this to be true is Nancy Andreasen, because she looks at all these different markets. And what was it? Where do you live, Nancy? Mountain
Valley.
Yeah, there's like 2 deals for sale, and it like sells like the days on market. There is no days on market.
Yeah.
It's hours
It's a
on
nice
market.
place to live. Tough place to sell, nice place to live.
Yeah, so you just have to, that's why we break these down from the county level, so you guys have the information, and from the city level, so you have that information. So active listings still down 28.7% in Orange County, down 21.7% in Irvine. So we're still, even though we have more new homes coming onto the market on a year-over-year basis, we're still almost 22% fewer. Pending home sales, down 8% in Orange County, up 6.4% in Irvine. So we're seeing an uptick in, again, very contrasting. You can't even, from the macro level of Orange County versus the micro of Irvine, you can't even really, they're not even remotely the same. Closed sales, 4,500 in Orange County, 500 in Irvine. Orange County was up almost 12%. Irvine was up almost 22%. So that's big. Days on market. So median days on market, 9 days in Orange County, 14 in Irvine. Where were we? What we were same. So there was no change on that from the prior month. Oops, sorry guys. Sales price, the median sales price in Orange County is $825, 10.7%, almost 11% up. In Irvine, it's $892. That's interesting. So we're seeing some fluctuation month over month on the average sales price, but it is hovering in that upper 890 range for Irvine. Same thing with Orange County. As far as the average sales price,
can I ask, is that compared to last year at this time?
Yeah, this is compared to February of 2021 to February of 2020.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and the reason why I do this, let me go over. Let me drag this screen over.
Yeah, because look at the differences, right?
So here's what I get the information from off of InfoSparks.
Mm-hmm.
And, I just go down the line and I have Orange County right here and Irvine right here. And I just go down the line, but I always want to turn it into something that's a little bit easier to digest when we do these presentations. But you can see, if you go over on here and you just look, if you go 10 years back, and we look at the month supply, and you see where let me expand this all the way for you guys. So you see this month supply all the way over here in 2008, all the way over here to where we're at. But you can also see it from a year over year basis. So February of 2021, we're here. And then when we go to February of last year, we were right there. But you can see each year we're coming into this uptick. In fact, over this time, hey Dale, you'll know this, right? About a third of all of our inventory for the year is going to come on in the next quarter. Isn't that
Absolutely.
typically how it goes?
We're already starting to see it. You're going to start seeing it in the next couple of weeks. April and May are really the big months for inventory.
Yeah. So guys, let's think about this. Let's go back to these numbers here. It's hard business out there, but you have to be prepared. You guys have heard Dale and I talk about skating to where the puck is, going to where the market's going to be. If we start seeing a lot of inventory come up, and we're also seeing a rise in interest rates. Hey, Benny, where's the 10-year treasury at, and what's that doing with rates?
We're going to see that maybe hit 170. We're up a good 0.5% in the past month, at least.
Yeah. So guys, for those of you who don't know, the 10-year treasury, which is where the interest rates are unofficially tied to, in last March, when we did the shutdown, the yield on that was 0.5, spot 5. Now it's 1.7. It's getting clobbered. The only way they're going to bring that down is if the Fed intervenes and just starts printing more money. But right now, we're starting to see a breakaway in interest. So if we're starting to see more inventory come onto the market, and we're starting to see rates go up, which is going to diminish demand, it kind of gives you an insight to what's going on in the market. These are the kind of conversations when you talk to people and they say, how's the market doing? Your response should be, well, it depends if you're looking to buy, sell, invest, or rent. But you need to know these numbers and you need to know what's going on. And that's going to tie into the training here in a second. Month supply, let me see where I was at. Average sales price, 1.1158, so up 18% in Orange County, up 11% in Irvine year over year. And then this did change slightly. Orange County, 100% from the original list price to sale, 100%. If you're listing a property at fair market value of where the market's going, you're selling it. And usually, well, let's go back over to this chart here, because you can see the history of this, percentage of history of sales prices. So you can see the difference of, usually it's about 98%, but now we're trending at 100% in Orange County, 98.9% in Irvine. So a few things that you'll see, raise your hand if you've listed a house where the seller says that I want to price it for 20% more, and if I don't sell it, then the market's hot, I want to do that. Has that ever happened to anyone but me? Not Dale, because everybody listens to Dale. So homes are selling and getting multiple offers if you price them to sell. Homes still won't sell if you list them overpriced simply because you won't see them. Now, one thing that you guys will find out about Simon is he's an expert. He is like the go-to guy on how to do those things that we used to call open houses, because he runs a very successful auction platform. 90% of all homes in Australia sell on auction. So he's taken that in part and provides that as a service here. But the way that he does that, what, Simon, you only do like 1 or 2 previews?
It depends on the market. It depends on the price point in the market, but normally, standardly, it's a 28-day process. But with the way the market's been, we've been doing a 20-day or 21-day process, which is 2 weeks of showing it, and the 3rd week we live auction.
But you're not doing it every single day, right? You do it like
no. So it's a one hour viewing period twice a week. So normally a Wednesday and a Saturday from 11 to 12.
Yeah. So one of the things that he's going to be bringing to the value, what he's going to be sharing with us is how to do a proper open. Well, we can't call it an open house. Let's call it a preview.
Scheduled showing. Scheduled showing.
A proper scheduled showing. Because the key here is just to do it efficiently and to make sure that you get the biggest bang out of your buck, so to speak. Okay, so those are the numbers. Anyone have any questions? Anyone want to chime in on that? We can look back and see closed sales if we want to see what things are going to look like. If we want to get a good idea of what things are going to look like this month, we have to look back at last March. So let me change this back to a 5-year, and let's go back to last March, which was horrible because that's when we got shut down. So, I mean, I would think that we're going to do really, April and May was the one that was really hard. So last March, we sold 234 homes in Irvine, and so we're about doing the same amount of homes. If we do the same, hopefully we're going to do better than April and May than last year. So those are kind of, but then you can see how it skyrocketed from May, June, and then July last year. So we'll see how it goes this year. So, all right, guys, any questions on that? Let's go into training. So last week we talked about the 10 truths of a sales professional. And I'll just kind of hammer out on this, just a real quick review. The difference between a high producer and a no producer is your systems and skills, right? The difference between someone producing at this level and the difference between someone at this level. We all have the same license. We all have the same, except for Dale. Everybody has 24 hours and 7 days a week, right? So the difference is what you do in the middle. Number 2, the 2 most important skills in real estate: lead generation and lead conversion. If you got really, really good at those 2 things, everything else will fall into place. Everything else will fall into place. And if you just got really, really good at lead generation and you're like, okay, in lead conversion, everything else will fall into place. There's a lot of people that are really, really good in real estate, really educated, really smart. But if they don't generate a lead, that's not going to lead to a sell. It's not going to help anything. Trying to be everything to everyone everywhere doesn't scale. If you're traveling, you got to be like Dale Chima. Like he typically has a 100 feet perimeter around his house where he services, but now he actually expands out into like different cities. So the more tight your focus is, the more you're going to be able to scale. And the nice thing about living in California, look, we have very competitive markets, but the nice thing about living here is that the high density. You can actually work really hard in a 5-mile radius. I mean, Michael May is a very good example. A 5-mile radius, and you can make a really, really great income. You don't have to be everything to everybody everywhere, but it goes back to having the systems in place. You need to understand who your ideal client avatar is. Who is the person that you're trying to attract? You must focus on your primary market area, kind of what I was talking about. Understand the modern's consumer journey. You know, when Dale was actually first got licensed, all you could do is door knock, farm, and open houses. Right, Dale?
That's correct.
You didn't even have a pager. Like you missed so many calls.
No, I resisted having a pager for years and years.
And pick strawberries.
You know, back when Dale was in the business, when he got a call into the office, they had to light a fire on the ceiling, like a bat signal, and they had to get his attention that way from the call into the office. So, but anyways, guys, the modern consumer journey with and this is what we're going to dive into after this, is a digital journey. Like, we're all used to getting information back in a fraction of a second. And the way that you transact, the way that you consume and purchase things is the same way that your client's doing. So you have to adapt to that. Optimize your digital profile. So last week I went through and shared with you what my first page of a Google search looks like. And you need to go out there. You need to be on LinkedIn. You need to be on Facebook. You need to be on realtor.com. We need to be on that platform that nobody speaks of, Zillow. You know, all of these for search engine optimization, you want to make sure that when someone types in your name, you're the only one on the planet. Simon, are you the only Simon Polito on the planet?
No, unfortunately, there's a lawyer in London trying to claim my name.
Dale, do you know Simon Polito in London?
I don't know him. I've heard he's a lousy lawyer, though.
Horrible, horrible. Gives me a bad name.
You got to be the true market expert, guys. We're going to talk about becoming a true market expert today. You got to have 3 to 5 different lead generation sources. Again, with exception to Dale Chima, everyone else needs to have 3 to 5 lead generation sources.
Yeah.
And the last, some might want to debate me on this, but I believe it's better to be popular than good. It's better to have everybody know who you are and that you're in the business than be the best in the business, because the best in the business isn't closing any deals. The most popular one is.
Just
like Dale
being
does
popular.
I know. It's like being in Irvine with Dale. Everyone knows, you know, between Dale, Gibson, and who else did I say? Between Dale and Gibson, man, I know everybody.
Yeah.
You know, Dale knows Richard Branson, for those of you guys don't know this. He just randomly told me the story how he knows Richard Branson.
You dropped that on me
Best
yesterday.
friends.
as
They're
well.
like best friends. It's like crazy.
I know, it's nuts. Okay, so let's go into some training. We want to talk about, so let me show you how this actually came up. This training came from this. This is a graph that I sat down with Fay Lee. You know, for those of you that don't know Fay has a huge YouTube following, gets a ton of business, one of the top agents in our office, and he wants to go into listings. So we were talking about becoming the expert. Now, this doesn't make any sense. In fact, I have to look at this to figure out how it makes sense, but we're going to go over this. But first, in order to work with sellers, we have to first understand what are the qualities that sellers are looking for in an agent to sell their property. So unmute yourself. Give me a few. What are the qualities a seller's looking for when they're looking to sell their property? Is it only the cheapest person? No.
Strategy.
No. Simon, what do you think? Strategy.
Strategy on how you're effectively going to market my home to get it sold.
How are you going to market it? Okay, what else, guys?
Negotiation skills.
Negotiation skills.
Mhm.
Okay. Anyone else want to one more?
Someone that listens to their needs.
Someone that listens to their needs.
Correct.
Okay. So really, all 3 of those, all great answers. What sellers are looking for in an agent narrows down into 2 main criteria. Market or real estate experience, knowing what your needs are, experience in selling homes, right? That combines that. But do you think it's also important to sellers that they get somebody that actually knows the market?
Absolutely.
Right? With all the stuff that we were talking about here, do you think that most sellers who are looking to sell their home might find that their agent who they're hiring, that are paying a significant sum of money to sell their property, knows what's going on in the market, right? So we know that there are 2, so those are 2 criteria. Popularity, right? Popularity will get you there. But the 2 main qualities is somebody who can do their job, who has the experience of doing their job, and somebody who knows what's going on in the market, right? Now, there are 3 things that sellers want, okay? That's what they're looking for. Here are the 3 things that sellers want. They want to sell their home for the most money. They want to do it in the quickest amount of time, and they want to do it with the least amount of hassle. Sellers want to sell their home for the most amount of money, quickest amount of time, with the least amount of hassle. The only people that I have talked to that want to do the opposite of that are for sale by owners. Those are the people who want to sell their home for the least amount of money in the longest amount of time with the most hassle. Right? And they try that for like 30 to 45 days, and then they hire Nancy Andreasen, and she'll sell it for the most money, quickest amount of time with the least amount of hassles. Right? So how do we become the area expert? So here's the experience. Okay. Now, when it comes to experience only comes with doing deals. Jill, do you know of any other way to get experience selling houses than not selling houses?
I don't, unless somebody else does, let me know. I do know.
Simon, how do you get experience selling houses if you've never sold a house?
Confident in yourself and know your product.
Yeah, but there's a trick question. So you can't get experience with something without doing something, right? So how do you set yourself apart? And for those of you that are newer agents, it's going to be very challenging for you to go toe to toe with Dale Chima, because he's popular, everybody knows him, and he's probably forgotten more homes that he sold than he remembers. It's actually not true.
It only took 36 years.
It took him 36 years to become an overnight sensation. So it's interesting though, when you actually start looking at Irvine and you start talking to Dale, he's like, oh yeah, I know that house. Oh yeah, I know that neighborhood. Oh, I helped develop that one. He knows everything. So, but how, as a new agent, how do you set yourself apart? How do you compete with someone like that? Anyone have any ideas? How do you compete?
Well, Dale's not doing a lot of videos.
Dale's not doing a lot of videos. Now I'm working with Dale on that. I'm bringing Dale. Did you see his background? You see his video? See his camera? I'm slowly getting Dale. He's becoming a modern man. He's becoming a modern man.
What happened to what bridge was that? Golden Gate?
They kicked me out.
They shut down San Francisco.
To answer your question, if I was in that situation, I would say, look, Dale Chima is a very busy agent. If you hire me, I could commit myself to you 100%.
It's a good rebuttal.
Yeah.
That's a good rebuttal. You can definitely do that, but the way that you can set yourself apart against experienced agents is to become extremely popular in the market and know the market. Does anyone ever notice that the person who writes the book is the expert?
Mm-hmm.
The person who writes a book is an expert. Who here goes on YouTube? Right? And when you go there, now YouTube mostly is how-to videos. And what you'll find is that the person who has the most how-to videos in this day and age, you can either write a book or you can do a bunch of videos on how-to and you become an expert. There are so many people in real estate that's teaching people how to sell real estate that has never sold a house. But yet, because they create a video, like I said, it's better to be popular than good. Now that goes into another question about making sure that the consumer does the right choice. But the way that you can really set yourself apart is to become the expert in your market. To become the expert. Now, we talked a little bit about this last week, and this is something that I think I talked to you about this, Natalie, and I've talked to a few guys about this on a one-on-one. When you choose a market area, back when Dale got in, it was like a farm, right? But we're talking actually a geographic market area, because the way that technology is expanded, look, you can expand. The reason why you can be everything to everybody everywhere is because of the expansion of technology, right? But when you choose an area, when you stick a flag in the ground and says, you know what, this is my area, and if you've never created a primary market area, stick a flag in the ground of your front yard and draw a 5-mile radius of it and declare that yours. And every agent that's doing business in that market area is poaching from your land. And what you need to do is you need to become the where all and be all about that market, like Dale's done with Irvine. There is not a thing I ask him about. I ask him questions to try to stump him, and I never can stump him. I'll wake up
If
and I'll
I
come
may
into the office.
piggyback on something you said, which is so important, is it is my belief, and I found it in my 36 years, is that the agent that gives back the most to his community will get the most out of his community. So volunteer, let everybody know, we do movies on the lake. Whatever you can do for your community, they will remember that, and then they will remember you when it comes to selling their home.
Yeah. So, but that comes into being the area expert, right? So, and that comes into what sellers want. So let's talk about the modern age. And so this document, I went and did this to it. See how pretty that is? I went from this to this. Now, it's 90% done. So you guys are going to have to use your imagination on this. If you have a seller that lives in Irvine, as we can look at these numbers over here, right? If they live in Irvine, new closed sales are up 22%. Let's use a better number. Let's look at new listings. Irvine is up 13%. New listings in Orange County are down %. Do you guys think that somebody who's selling their home in Irvine really cares what's going on the macro area? Or are they more concerned about what's happening to their house? What do you think, Benny? Their house, right? So the reason why I have this in here is because you have your macro areas of California. Oops. You have your macro area of California. But we live in Southern California. We live in Orange County. We don't really care what's going on, and unless you're me, right? I'm always like checking out that macro area, but I'm not going to have a conversation with a seller and focus mostly on what's going on in California. You're going to want to know what's going on in Orange County. But if you live in Irvine, you don't really care what's going on in Orange County. You want to know what's going on in Irvine, right? And now these little dots in here are the neighborhoods within Irvine. Now, the easy thing about Irvine is that we're a master plan community. Like you go out of one subdivision and you go right into the next one, right? Dale, is there any subdivision that's not a master plan in Irvine?
No, not in Irvine. Irvine is the whole city is a master plan community.
Yeah. So, and that actually makes it very easy for us to become experts. So each of these little dots would be like Woodbridge. Seems like everybody in our office lives at Woodbridge. West Park, if you don't live in Woodbridge, you live in West Park. I'm an outsider. I'm in North Irvine. But these are the different subdivisions, okay? And the reason why I do this is because we really want to break things down into, let me go back to this. The way that I drafted this up was you've got to be the expert. So you're going to be, again, you don't want to be everything to everybody everywhere. So if you're just focusing on trying to buy and sell in California, you're not going to scale that. If you're just going to try and buy and sell, help people buy and sell all over Orange County, that's going to be challenging to scale. Not as hard as California, but challenging nonetheless. But if you just focus on Irvine or just focus on a few neighborhoods. Now, we have an award ceremony coming up, which Lindsay, remind me, because I forgot about it. We've got to give the date of what everyone's doing for those that won awards. Michael May only does 2 zip codes in Irvine. And he sold like 70 homes last year. Wasn't it like 70, Lindsay? Lindsay not listens to me. Feels like any other part of the day. She just doesn't listen. She's like, what, Brett's talking? Anyways, I think that's what he did.
Can I elaborate on that, Brett?
What's that?
Can I elaborate on that?
Yeah, elaborate.
I agree. I know I'm coming from Sydney, Australia, a completely different market. But when I worked there for 14 years, I only worked 2 streets. And if I couldn't walk to my listings, I wouldn't take it. And exactly to your point, I became the master of those 2 streets. I mean, my best year, I did $72 million on my own as a team. Without a team, sorry, on my own. $72 million in just 2 streets. So just to your point, exactly, you become the master of those 2 streets, you'll have 100% market share. Yeah. Same as Irvine. You master one community, you'll be that market share owner. Like Sapanian, the Sapanian group. They're in my mailbox every day. They're all over my fridge. Sometimes I have mustaches on.
So guys, one of the things that I want to tie into is that it's very challenging and very expensive to break into a market from a traditional point of view, right? It's not cheap to send a mailer each and every month, however many houses that you have. However, what you can do is you can get out there and you can actually know everything that's going on in the market. If you're going to claim Irvine, be the person that knows more than Dale about Irvine, right? Be the person that knows all the subdivisions. Be the person that knows every single house that's on the market, that's going into escrow, that came off the market. Okay, that's how we come into premium properties. And then from a modern standpoint, anyone know who the largest search engine is on planet Earth? Anyone? Anyone?
Google.
First American.
Google.
Bing.
First American. You know, I'm just going to mute you, Jeff. I'm just going to mute this guy.
I'm too popular, sorry.
So I don't know if you guys know this, but Google has 98.7 of the world's search traffic. The next closest one, I think, is like Yahoo or MSN with like 3 or 2 or something like that. Anyone know who the second largest search engine is on the planet?
YouTube.
YouTube. Who knows what the largest video library is on the planet?
YouTube.
YouTube. So if you go out, so here's my point. From a traditional standpoint, it costs a lot of money to break into a market. But from a modern standpoint, from a digital standpoint, if we can all agree that the person who actually has the videos and the person who writes the book is deemed the expert, then what you need to do, or what everyone needs to do, is take their primary market area, know everything about it, make a video about it. And then every single neighborhood that fits within that market, make a video about it. And then every single house that comes onto the market or goes into escrow, make a video about it. As you create that content, you're going to get the algorithm for both Google, because Google owns YouTube. As you create that, the algorithm will start taking notice. Fei Li is the perfect example on this. He's the only other guy that I know that goes to bed at night and wakes up in the morning with business besides Dale. The only one. And it's because he has like 500 videos on YouTube and he has people following him and he's always putting out new content and people are reaching out to him for it, right? So the key here is to create the content. Ultimately, you're going to get traction on that, but then ideally take that content to a landing page. Anyone have a time where you're online and it says, hey, download this free report if you trade your email and your information with me, right? That's what Zillow does. That's what they did back in 20 years ago. It's not that thing. So this is what we talked about, creating local organic leads. You have to create the content. You have to be the charismatic character. You have to know who your audience is. And then you have to create the content that's going to appeal to them and then give a call to action. One of the things in the Command Challenge that Sky's going to teach you guys how to do is how to create a landing page, how to create a follow-up sequence. Because when they hit your YouTube and you have a free report, that's what I wanted. NAR RPR has some free reports that you can download. They download the neighborhood report, but now you have their information and now it launches a campaign. It launches a follow-up campaign. Now, Dale, everything that I just talked to you, you're going to have in this next little while because I'm on a mission to bring Dale into this.
To the modern age?
The modern age. Modern age. He's gonna be Digital Dale.
It's tough for us dinosaurs.
Digital Dale Chima is what we're gonna nickname him. So
believe in you, Dale. You got this.
All right, thank you, buddy.
I'm gonna close with this because we start on time, we end on time. This is the daily 10-4. This is something that I've sworn by. I'll share. This is Keller Williams. This is what everybody should be doing at a minimum each and every day. Remember, 2 things: lead generation and lead conversion. That's our job. That's 80% of our job. This is the 80%. Contact 10 new contacts per day. 10 new contacts a day. This does not count people. This does not count ordering lunch. This does not count scheduling an appointment for your haircut. These are people who own a home that live in your primary market area. Contact 10 of them. Contact 10 of your people in your sphere of influence. You know, nurture your database. Dale can swear by this. This is where he gets all his business matters from his database. If you don't have those 10, which I think Simon and I agree that everyone has 10, but if you don't, well, that just means that this has to turn into 20 new contacts a day. The key is 20 contacts. That'll take you, you know, depending on what platform you do. And it's not just telephone. There are different platforms in the modern age that you can actually prospect on. You just have to know how to do it. But you got to do 20. And out of those people that you contacted, write at least 10 handwritten note cards thanking them for their time. Give them something of value, send them something. And then this is the only part that I don't agree with if you're a newer or lower producing agent. At a minimum, you should be previewing 10 new properties a week. That's 2 a day. Yes, we can't go inside, but you know what? You can see the inside from your computer, but you need to go walk the neighborhood. Unless you're Dale. You don't need to walk the neighborhood because he already walked it. But if you're Simon, you have to walk the neighborhood. Notice how I picked on the guys with accents? But I'm from Utah, and apparently I have an accent too. In fact, Sky was like, she like really hurt my feelings. She like just totally razzed me the other day. Now I can't remember why. That's how bad it was. I blocked it. I believe that when you're new to the business, the only way that you're going to understand the market, the only way you're going to know the areas is if you get out of your car and you go walk them. Mm-hmm. And in a 5-mile radius of where you live, there's going to be about 300 active properties for sale. Go look at them all. And then when you go and look at them all, give a quick 3-minute video on what it is. Don't worry about the things on the back end. Don't worry about the landing page. Don't worry about what you do after that. Worry about step 1. And then we got your back. Once you do step 1, we'll work with you on how to develop out step 2. But the most important thing about this is creating the content and making it so you can be found in the digital environment. And then when you combine that effort with the traditional, with, you know, once you start scaling your business and you start investing back into mail, I think mail is great. You can tie that into a call to action. Everybody now knows what a QR code is. So say what you want about COVID, but one thing that COVID brought is that everybody knows how to use a QR code now. So everything should have a QR code. Before last March, nobody knew what a QR code. They're like, what's this fuzzy thing on this mailer? Nobody knew what it was. Now everyone knows what it is, right? So that's it I got for today. Any questions? I'll open this up for a few minutes for questions. Go ahead, Jeff.
I want to acknowledge and say thank you also for having us on here today. But First American, our home warranty division, I'm gonna bring Rosie on. She wants to pitch something for next week that's coming on that ties right in with what you guys are doing about how to market yourself. And I want to let her have the floor on this and just pitch this event that's coming on. It's a half-hour event, but I think it's something that you definitely guys want to jump on and take advantage of. It's what our home warranty puts out, and it's going nationwide. So it's very, very good. So Rosie, take the floor.
Rosie, you got like 60 seconds to pitch it though.
Okay, I just sent you, Brent, the email to forward to everyone if anybody is interested. He has some very good tips on how to jumpstart your business, fun, that get people inspired to actually attract to you as agents. He's known as the 5 a.m. Club, which he has a lot of followers. And it just provides value if you're just thinking of a way to build your business and don't really know where to start. Everyone has some value. So please join us. This is a free seminar to each and every one of you.
What's the guy's name, Rosie?
5 a.m.?
He is Sharon from Kingston Lane.
Is it at 5 a.m.?
He's 5 a.m. Club is what he's known for. And he gives tips.
Is the training going to be at 5 a.m.?
No, okay. It's going to be Tuesday.
So he has a club that's called the 5 a.m. Club, and he's going to do it at like 1:30. That makes no sense to me.
Sorry, no. So I just sent you the link. So it's on Tuesday, the 23rd, and I believe it's at 11. So hold on a second, because I was in the middle.
11:30.
All right. Well, go ahead and send it to me. We'll get it distributed out. But yeah. We'll go
This
from there.
that-
Okay. But Jeff,
Yes.
does anyone have any questions? Not, does anyone want to pitch something? Does anybody have any questions about what we talked about?
Can we take a few seconds to talk about what's going on with interest rates? Maybe Benny can fill us in.
Yeah. They're getting hammered. That's my official statement, Benny.
Come on, buddy. You got to think more optimistically. Rates are in the 3s. It's very cheap money still. But yes, rates are going up. I see that trend climbing. I follow a lot of people that are a lot smarter than I am at gauging these markets, and they feel that rates are going to be possibly mid to high 3s by the end of the year. So trend is up. Great reason to contact your clients that you've been working with to update them on the market. And I'm happy to help with that if you need it.
I think that what's going to happen is that sooner or later the bond prices are going to get out of whack, and the feds are just going to print more money, which will bring those back down to whatever. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Michael.
About interest rates, monetary policy and Federal Reserve. That's that's what I'm good
at. Let's not dive into that. You got like 30 seconds to share your thought.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if the Fed implements yield curve control to control the long end of the curve for longer term rates. I'm wondering how that will impact the mortgage rates and the prices here if they implement yield curve control to if they do another Operation Twist.
That's easy. You want to take that one, Benny, or shall I? It's going to destroy the dollar. That's what's going to happen.
Oh, I know that.
And then we have worse things to worry about because everything goes down from there.
Yep.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions about digital, YouTube, becoming an expert, primary market area, lunch? Jeff,
are you guys do a class, Brett, on how to start your own YouTube channel and get all that going up?
No, I'm not, but I think that would be a great thing for you to do.
I know, a loaded question. But I think that's pretty cool. I am pretty good with social media, but I struggle with YouTube. I'm not going to lie. But an interesting statistic I saw is that all the social media platforms combined are still not as strong as YouTube on its own.
You know what I'll do is we at one time, were you guys all here when I had Faye Lee on here and we talked about the YouTube channel? If I got Faye on here for next week, would that be good to do another round?
Yeah, he was great.
Okay. So I'll talk to Faye about that and see if he'll get on the team meeting next week and just talk about creating a YouTube channel, and maybe we'll talk about the equipment. He's upgrading his equipment. I'm getting pretty jealous at it, but we'll talk about that. All right, guys.
I have a quick question. Does anyone have a quick answer how we connect our listings to our Keller Williams webpage?
That's a Sky question. Sky, will you reach out to Gigi and see if you can't help troubleshoot that with her? Nothing technical is ever quick, Gigi.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's what I got for today. So
hey,
thank you.
Get your green on tomorrow. St. Patty's Day. Get ready.
I think Gibson's bringing green beer.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, take it easy.
Thank you, Brett.
See you next week.
Thank you, Brett. Simon, always looking sharp, buddy.
Try to keep up with you, buddy.